How is it, everyone? We are here for SPS Lugia Division Week 1, going up against, shoot, it's FistToYourDoom with the, really long name that, I am not gonna read out loud, so it's like 90 words or something. I'm kidding, it's not that long, but it's really long. The Rootin Tootin Melmetals, that's what I'll call them for now. So you can see our new little layout here we got going on. Opponent's team in the bottom left, my team in the bottom right. You can see that pretty obviously. Yeah, so let's look at his team. He's got Mega Diancie, Heatran, Rotom Wash, Salamence, Decidueye, Vikavolt, Umbreon, Crobat, Passimian, and Rhyperior. Fastest Pokemon is Crobat, and then drops down to 110 on Diancie, and then 100 with Salamence, and then 85 with Rotom, and then 80 with Passimian, and everything else is just slower. So, that's a pretty even split. I mean, I guess except for the Crobat to Mega Diancie, but as you get higher in the speed tiers, there's like a lower threshold for if you can run Adamant or Jolly, because the boosts are getting more. I mean, I don't want to go through explaining that if that's confusing, but because the way I explain it, it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to explain it. So, anywho, so it's fine. He's got pretty good speed tiers, like I said, and then he's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 rockers, Mega Diancie, Heatran, and Rhyperior. He's got a Sticky Webber and Vikavolt. Then he's got Defog Rotom, Magic Bounce, Mega Diancie, which we have to keep our mind alerted to. Defog Decidueye, Defog Crobat, so he's got good hazard options and good removal options. So pretty solid team overall. Repeat typing, he's got 2 flying types, which is something to keep in mind. He's got 2 rock types. I think that, and 2 electric types, but both of them are levitate. So yeah, he's anything but earthquake weak, I'll tell you that. So looking at my team, I guess we'll just hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Had to close the door real quick. So let's get right into my team. I have Mega Medicham with the max speed and max attack because I just want to speed tie Salamence. That's kind of important. So we have Substitute, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, and Bullet Punch. All of the punches. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need Zen Headbutt here. Like an Ice Punch will plus a Bullet Punch will definitely knock out Crobat. So I don't really need like Zen Headbutt. I felt like going Substitute here just because I didn't feel like I needed anything else. So I just, I'm going to be forcing switches probably against like Umbreon, against probably Decidueye if I'm like at a good amount of health. Against Rotom probably if it's low enough. Against Heatran, against Mega Diancie, unless he forgets about Bullet Punch, which would suck if he just stays in and clicks Moonblast, and I click Bullet Punch. But I guess we'll have to test that out, see what happens. So, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. I think Mega Medicham is a great matchup here. He doesn't have much. The thing about Substitute is that Flame Body Heatran can still affect me. So if I go for Substitute and then I Drain Punch him, the 30% chance to get burnt is still a thing. So we have to watch out for that. Also, Dual Wing Beat on Crobat and Salamence. They could break my sub with the first hit and then hit me with the second hit and do a lot of damage to me. So something to remember. And then Infiltrator Crobat. So I don't know. I'm probably not gonna use Substitute against his team if he still has the Crobat around. Crobat's a definite come here, or a definite bring. He definitely has to bring that, I think. So yeah, that is the Mega Medicham. Next up, we will move on to the Sparse, the Dunsparce. Not totally sure I'm going to bring this, but you know what? I need to get this recording done because I'm not going to have that much time later in the week, and it's already Thursday, so I'm just gonna try to get this over with, and if I make any changes, I'll let you know in the battle. So yeah, we have Glare, Headbutt, Earthquake, and Roost. Just trying to spread around paralyzations. I know he has 2 electric types, but neither of them really do an incredible amount to me. I don't think. We are max HP with enough speed to outspeed a Salamence once he's paralyzed, which is actually kind of important, because if I get a paralyze off on the Salamence and he outspeeds me, I'll know he's scarfed 100%, unless he has like a Dragon Dance up, obviously. But if he's just like neutral speed, like he switches in as I go for Glare, if he outspeeds me, then I know he's scarfed. If he doesn't outspeed me, I know he's not scarfed. So that's good. And then we can just try to para-flinch him with Headbutt. Headbutt has a 30% chance to flinch. And with Serene Grace, it's a 60% chance. So we're basically Togekiss, but much worse. Then we have Roost just to recover health. I can Roost up against a lot of things, like Heatran's 1, Rotom probably doesn't do much to me. I'd love to Roost up against like an Umbreon, Vikavolt, unless it's like Specs. I don't think it really 2-hit carries me. Same with Decidueye, so obviously I have to watch out for setup, like Mega Diancie. But we do have Earthquake, which is nice, so we can Earthquake things like Mega Diancie, things like Heatran, even Rhyperior. It's not going to do that much to it, but we might be able to do something with that. Obviously, and so finally for the Lumberry, that's basically so that I don't get paralyzed when I Glare Umbreon, because if I Glare it, it's going to synchronize back onto me, and that's not going to be good. I don't want to be paralyzed, so that's what the Lumberry's there for. It's also nice if Rotom wants to Will-O-Wisp me, maybe. If Heatran wants to Will-O-Wisp. Maybe if I Glare as he brings in Mega Diancie. I get the Lumberry there, so that's going to be nice. And yeah, just kind of spreading the bulk around EV-wise. And I don't know. Again, not too sold on this, but we'll see. Next up is Donphan. The Don. Max Spadef with an AV. So we're basically trying to take hits from Mega Diancie as well as we can. It's also nice for Vikavolt to an extent. And yeah, that's that. We have the Rapid Sturdy ability, which really helps. Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Knockoff. I'm actually trying to figure out. I feel like this thing gets grass coverage, but I might be. Yeah, it does get Seed Bomb, so that'd be nice for like Rotom, but I don't really want to run that. So yeah, this is basically just our remover if he wants to get up hazards. It's really nice. It's really important that we remove those hazards for our team. Like Mega Medicham, I don't want to get slowed. I don't want it to get slowed down. Same with Spectrier, and it's one other Pokemon on my team that you haven't seen yet. So yeah, the good thing about this set is that I can knock off if the Decidueye wants to come in to try to spin block me, and that's really nice. Ice Shard is great for Decidueye too, but also mainly Salamence and Crobat, and then Earthquake's just nice for stab. So I'm gonna be mainly switching into Diancie with this set, and hopefully trying to get spreading some knockoffs off and getting items off of Pokemon. So next up we have Finny, which I think has a great matchup. We're physically defensive, so that we can take hits from Salamence, from Bissimian, from Rhyperior, from Crobat, and we're physically defensive. We can go for Calm Mind to boost our special attack and special defense, and then we can just kind of drain and kiss things. And we can also Surf, which is really important to hit Heatran and Rhyperior. And let's see, what else? I guess that's it. I mean, Crobat too, because I can't really drain and kiss on Crobat. And then Nature's Madness is nice because just like if I don't go for, if I'm not set up and he has like a full health Rotom Wash, he's just going to bring that in. And I don't really want to stay in against that, even if I go for Calm Mind. Same with Crobat. I don't want to stay on Crobat if he starts to go for Nasty Plot or if he's like banded with Cross Poison. So just cutting their HP in half, with Nature's Madness would really help that situation. So yeah, and then Misty Terrain really helps because for 5 turns we can't get status, and that's awesome. And it kind of helps the rest of the team. So like, if the Misty Terrain's up, I can't get burned with Heatran's Flame Body here, and I also can't get burned with Rotom's Will-O-Wisp, so that's really helpful. And yeah, hopefully we'll be putting some work with this Pokemon. Next up, I have Sceptile, max HP, max attack. I just didn't need any speed. Once I get the Unburden off, I outspeed his entire team. Even like a max speed Scarfed Salamence, like I can do the calculation for you, okay? Because we're already at 276, so 328, which is max speed Salamence, times 1.5. That's 492. Divided by 2 is 246. So we would have to be 247 to outspeed that after the Unburden, and we're like 30 points higher than that. So we're not gonna worry about that. Obviously, if I don't get the Unburden boost, I'm kind of a sitting duck speed-wise. But you know, I'm willing to take that risk. I think if I see that Sceptile has the late game sweeping potential, which I think it definitely does in this matchup, we can kind of work with that. We can keep the Finny around just so that I can get the Misty Seed boost, because I boost my special defense, which is great, but also just having the max HP so that I can take things like, I can take a Foul Play. I can take one Foul Play from Umbreon, and then if I'm at full health, this is what I'm talking about, he goes for a Foul Play, it does like 28 to 30%, and then I can go for a Swords Dance, and I'll still be able to take that, and then I can Drain Punch and do a lot of damage to it. So, yeah, that's going to be the plan. Of course, Swords Dance is nice, and then the other 3 moves, it's kind of hard because I want Leaf Blade, obviously. I want to have Earthquake there, so I don't risk Flame Body burn from Heatran. But again, if I'm in the misty terrain, I'm good. Then we don't have to worry about that. Rock Slide is nice. The only thing is that Intimidate Salamence could slow my team down a little bit, which could be a little bit annoying. But I think Rock Slide is the best move here because it hits Crobat, which I need to hit. It's Vikavolt, which I also can't hit with anything else. Hits Salamence, which is nice. So yeah, I'd say the only Pokemon is like a physically defensive Decidueye, maybe, that could be annoying. But Drain Punch is really nice for getting health back, especially against Umbreon if we have to duke it out against Foul Play. Drain Punch is going to be great. And it also hits Heatran, which is really nice. So yeah, definitely needed something for Heatran. So got Drain Punch. So this is the late game sweep set right here in a nutshell. Last but not least, we have Spectrier with enough speed for something. That is the Salamence. No, it's not. It's the Mega Diancie. We're running like a bulkier set, so I could run Modest, but if I did that, I wouldn't have as many EVs in HP, which I kind of want here. I want to be a little bit bulkier because with the Will-O-Wisp, I'm burning things, and I want to be able to take the hits, so then I can go for Hex. So the plan is that I know his only resistance to me is the Umbreon, so I know he has to bring the Umbreon. And when he does bring the Umbreon, I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp on it. It's okay that I'm getting burned. I'm not, I have the leftovers to kind of cancel out the burn damage. And just getting a status on him would be great. And then I can switch on out. I can't go for Toxic, obviously, because I don't get the move. But, even if I did, I don't know if I'd do that because I don't want to be taking Toxic damage. And if he has Heal Bell, well, then that sucks, So we go for the burn, and then, we can... Once the Umbreon goes down, this is what I was talking about in the draft analysis, is that I have Spectrier, who his only switch in is going to be the Umbreon. So he has to bring the Umbreon, but I have Mega Medicham there. And I know Foul Play does like a lot of damage to Mega Medicham, but we just have to, I might even just not run either Hex or Shadow Ball and just run Baton. Wait, okay, I don't get Baton Pass, never mind. Okay, that makes that decision much easier. Okay, well, anyway, that's the set. I think we do have a pretty good matchup, but again, we're in Lugia, so anything can happen. I'm not gonna pretend like this is gonna be an easy battle or anything, because it's not. The truth is, it's not gonna be an easy battle. Everyone in Lugia knows what they're doing. Everyone in Lugia are good battlers, so it's gonna be tough. And this team builder is almost 15 minutes, so if you got to the end of this, you are an absolute freaking warrior. And now we're gonna cut to the battle, and again, if I make any changes like the Dunsparce or whatever, I'll let you know before the battle starts. And yeah, I'll see you there. Wish me luck. Alright, here we are in the battle going up against FistToYourDoom and his team, which is like a really long team name. I'm not going to say it because that would take about 2 minutes. So that's 2 minutes wasted from my time and your time that we just don't need to have happen, okay? I know it has Rootin' Tootin in it, so that's all I remember. But yeah, anyway, he's got a team of Crobat, Salamence, Vikavolt, Decidueye, Rotom Wash, and Mega Diancie. Now, I had this battle happened, I don't know, I think like 4 days ago, so I gotta try to remember what he didn't bring, because I've already moved on to week 2, but, well, you know my team, because we looked, because we just had the team builder, we watched the team builder, so, you know my team. Oh, one change though, you can see, there's Goodra instead of Dunsparce. I changed out Dunsparce because I felt like Acid Armor Goodra worked really nicely here. It's fully Fizz Def with Acid Armor, Body Press, Rest, and a Dragon Pulse with a Roselli Berry so that I can take a hit from Mega Diancie. Although I'm gonna literally need like 3 Iron Defenses, I'm gonna need to max out my defense to actually kill the Mega Diancie. But that's fine. And then Dragon Pulse just so I can hit like Decidueye. And I guess Salamence too. Okay, so he did not bring Heatran, Umbreon, Passimian, or Rhyperior. The biggest surprise there was Umbreon. I really thought that would come because this is only Spectre switching, so not seeing that is kind of good. Really good to see, honestly. So without further ado, let's get right into the battle. I'm going to lead with Spectre because, you know, he didn't bring Umbreon, so feels pretty safe. He leads with Crobat. I don't know what this Pokemon wants to do. I'm just going to stay in and click the Will-O-Wisp and burn this thing. He goes for Hurricane and misses, so and I land a Will-O-Wisp. So this is a great start to the season. As I'm now going to switch into Donphan. I am Max Spadef AV Donphan, and he misses another Hurricane. So you know what? This is not a good start for him. Not a good start to the season. It's a great start for me. I'm going to knock off as he switches into Rotom. Get rid of the Light Clay, which tells me he's got screens for sure. I'm thinking, alright, he's probably going to try to sweep with Salamence. That's going to be annoying. So I go for I bring in Spectre and Will-O-Wisp, just because I want to be safe and do that. As he brings in Decky Dewey, otherwise known as Decidueye. As he goes with a Poltergeist. That does a lot of damage. I'm thinking, well, shit, that's Adamant Banded, because I am physically defensive, so that's definitely a lot of damage. So that's troublesome to know at best, because that, you know, banded Poltergeist, I really have no switch-ins to. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. He goes into Diancie here. I really wanted to predict him to double switch, but I didn't know exactly what he'd switch into. He could switch into a few different things. So I just play it safe and go for Bullet Punch, just in case, on the off chance he forgets about Bullet Punch. You know, this is Lugia division, so I'm not expecting him to forget about Bullet Punch. But yeah, I mean, either way, I really did want to click Ice Punch there, but at the same time, if he goes into Rotom, it's kind of a waste of time. So he brings in Crobat, and then I have to switch into Donphan. I get confused with the Hurricane, so I double out into Spectre as he switches into Rotom, and just a lot of switching going on. I'm going to click Hex here, as, again, he doesn't really have the best switching. If he wants to bring in Mence, I can just Willow. So he just Mega Evolves here, and I'm able to knock him out with Shadow Ball. So I've already shown 3 of my moves with the Spectre. I'm thinking, alright, I'm at +1. Feeling kind of zesty. He brings in Mence, and he doesn't have Intimidate, so he's Moxie. So I'm thinking this could very likely be Scarfed Moxie. I'm going to make the safe play and go into Finny. That was incorrect, because obviously, because, you know, I take a lot of damage. I am fully Fizz Def on this Finny, so I am going to be able to take that hit, but not very well. Not very well indeed. And I'm able to weaken the Decidueye, which is really nice because I'm hoping to maybe Bullet Punch it at the end with Mega Medicham. And then I go for Draining Kisses. He actually switches there, which is interesting. I don't know if he was predicting something or not, but that kind of forces me to switch because I might want the Finny as fodder, as he just gets a light screen up and then he's able to Hydro Pump. This is not a good string of turns for me. I'm just doing, kind of doing exactly, playing right into his hands basically. And I guess I'm gonna just pause it right here and talk about something that I didn't talk about. Like when I switched into Finny on the Ments, it seemed like an obvious play, but I was really close to just clicking Shadow Ball because I'm pretty sure I just die to a Scarf Dragon Claw, like Adamant Dragon Claw from Salamence, and I really wanted Spectrier to stay healthy so that I could take hits maybe from like the Vikavolt or the Crobat or maybe even the Decidueye, like a Shadow Sneak. I wanted to stay healthy as possible, so I didn't want to take that damage. I could have also gone for Willow, but I was really expecting him to be Lumberry like throughout the whole game. But I wasn't sure. Like, is he Lumberry? Is he Scarfed? Is he neither? I don't know. I was at +1. It doesn't knock out a Salamence at +1. Modest, it comes really close, but I'm timid, so I can't knock him out there. So the best I would be doing is, I go for Shadow Balls. He clicks hopefully Dragon Dance so I can switch into Finny. Or Donphan, but you never know, right? So I just made the safe play, and I was really close to just clicking either Will-O-Wisp or Shadow Ball, one of the two, probably Shadow Ball, and that would have knocked out Decidueye. That would have completely changed his game. However, I didn't, and then we're back in this situation. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I kind of got carried away with the last few plays, last few turns. So anyway, we're in a 5-4 situation. We do get the +1, but now he has the light screen, so I'm not. Yeah, so you can tell there, I did 44% to him. So even without the light screen, in that scenario, I wouldn't have knocked him out. He gets a Spit F Drought, which really doesn't matter that much here. He's going to go for Dual Wing Beat. The damage on with the Shadow Ball tells me he's pretty offensive, so I'm going to try to kill him with Ice Shard. I come really close. I don't end up getting the kill, though. I know if he had like no HP, which he probably, well actually I know he didn't because I saw his team afterwards. He had like max speed, max attack. So, it had a chance to kill him, but it didn't. So there I was really I wanted to predict him to switch, but I just clicked Easy Bullet Punch, which was nice. Getting rid of the Mega Salamence. Not Mega, definitely not Mega, but regular Salamence. Here I really wanted him to knock me out because I wanted the most turns of Misty Terrain in case he switches here. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I thought he'd switch into Vikavolt or something. But he just goes for Nasty Plot. And I'm like, well, shit. That's not good. But he's at 26%, so I'm thinking, this isn't that bad. He probably doesn't have Roost, but he does have Roost. So, yeah, that's not fun. I don't want to get Roost stalled here, so I'm just going to switch into Sceptile. I think he's definitely going to Roost again. Nothing's really stopping him from doing that, as he does just click Roost, and now I have the Sceptile. Sorry about that. I got the Sceptile. I know I cannot speak because of a burden. I do land the Rock Slide. Don't get a flinch though, and I'm able to take the Sludge Bomb because of the Spit F boost. I guess he didn't want to risk Hurricane, but then I miss Rock Slide, so I'm like, well, shit. That kind of sucks. So that's like the one hacks that he got against me. If I kill him there, he has to go into Decidueye pretty much, and just Shadow Sneak, which is kind of a good position for him to be in. But anyway, oh, by the way, right there, as I killed the Crobat, I was really close to clicking Ice Punch and just predicting because I wasn't feeling good about my chances at this point. So I really didn't want to. I didn't want to go for the obvious play. I'd been going for obvious plays throughout the game, and I felt like it was the wrong move, but it actually turned out to be the right move, because I ended up knocking him out. The way he's talking about it here, like, this is what, I don't think it mattered, at least, outside of the 1 point of diff. I don't really know what he was talking about here, but, yeah. Because that kind of changed my mind. I'm like, does he think that I'm going to win this? Or does he think that he's going to win this because of differential? I didn't ask, but I was just like going through my mind. I'm like, what is he thinking here? So I'm just going to click Bullet Punch because I think he might be sacking this. And he did, so maybe he knows here that he has it, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, whatever. At least he thinks he does. Does that make sense? At least he thinks. Yeah, I think it does. Anywho, he brings in Vikavolt. I go for Ice Punch here, and I do 51%, and I freeze him, which is, yeah, I do that. I freeze him. I'm doing about half. First one was 51, second one was 47, so he's decently bulk invested there. He's got a little bit of HP there, and I was thinking about clicking Substitute, but it wasn't really worth it since if he falls out and goes for Bug Buzz, he could just kill me, because Bug Buzz hits through the Substitute, so I just felt like spamming Ice Punch there. Now, if he doesn't get the freeze, what happens? Or if I don't get the freeze, he doesn't kill me with one shot, but he comes really close, and then he can proceed to Roost Stall if he wants to. But basically, we're getting him at about 55 to 60% of health. And at that point, if Spectrier, I don't really know exactly what happens, but if Spectrier is able to 1v1 the Vikavolt, that wins us the game pretty much, because Finny is already at 53%. Remember when it was at like 11% from the Leaf Blade? It's because of the leftovers and everything, and the Draining Kiss recovery, I'm already at 53%. He would have to Shadow Sneak with with Decidueye. He would have to Shadow Sneak this, and then I could bring in Finny and basically 1v1 it because it's not doing that much damage. It's doing like 20% with Shadow Sneak. He's locked into it because he's banded, and I can just continually Draining Kiss him until he dies, and I'll be getting enough health with that plus the lefties to just to survive. However, if the Vikavolt is able to 1v1 the Spectrier, then he can just, sack the Vikavolt to the Finny, and then he can go for Leaf Blade with Decidueye. Because he can't go for Leaf Blade against Spectrier because it just dies to Spectrier first. He has to go for the Shadow Sneak. So that's the situation. I'm not really sure if Spectrier is able to 1v1 Vikavolt in that scenario. If I go for Will-O-Wisp, I can live a hit, and then I can... Yeah, but then if he Volt switches, I'm in a bad spot, really. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to know, but we'll never know because I got a freeze with Ice Punch, which is just crazy. He brings in Decidueye. I definitely live a Shadow Sneak as long as he doesn't get a crit, and I'm able to knock him out with the Ice Punch. So, yeah, crazy game. Crazy game. I probably should have Bullet Punched at the end. Just Bullet Punched twice because, just in case he did get a crit, just do enough damage to where Finny can definitely knock it out. But yeah, that's the battle. Really, really tough one. Tough because I got a 3-0 victory, but it really felt like I shouldn't have won that game. I got the freeze, I got the hurricane misses, and on top of that, he just played really well. He played the banded Decidueye really well. It was a huge threat. The fact that DD Ments didn't work out is probably a result of me getting a knocking off the Light Clay on the Rotom, which was the direct result of Crobat missing the Hurricanes. So, I don't know. He could have, whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that's going to be the battle. We somehow managed to get a win here. A 3-0. I'll take it. Mega Medicham as of the end of week 1. Actually, there's still one more battle that has to be done, but the end of week 1, Mega Medicham is the MVP of the league. 4 kills, 0 deaths. A few of those not exactly, deserved, I suppose. If you're gonna get a 10% freeze, I don't know if that's really, MVP status, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you got this far, the question of the day is, what is your favorite Mega Evolution? And yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna get on out of here. This has been a long video, I'm sure, probably like close to half an hour, and we will prepare for next week. We face off against Shark and his team, that I forget the team name of. And yeah, one more time, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to, and I will see you guys in the next video.